This is Dr. Flight. It's good to be reaching out to you. I want to spend a couple minutes just walking through, as an introduction to market research, some of the applications market research has to decision makers within the organization. So as you can imagine, marketing managers make lots of decisions about lots of different things. We have the 4 Ps, and we have strategy on top of that, and a lot of other decision-making elements that happen along the way. And when you make a decision, the idea is you want to be informed about, kind of the best decision to make. So I'm just going to walk through just a few examples, and these are only a few that scratch the surface on how you can use market research information to make better decisions, or the decisions that you might make as a typical marketer in general. So let's talk a little bit of just product development. Product development obviously is a growth strategy where we are looking to create new cash flows with the organization. We're also looking to better serve the market or the market segments that are out there that could potentially buy our products, and that we could satisfy their needs, wants and needs with. So certainly concept testing, product testing, and test marketing. Those are the 3 big things that we do in product development when it comes to market research. So when we talk about concept testing, it's when we have an idea for a product. It's just a concept, and we want to go out and gauge initial customer reactions to that idea. We also want to formulate the different attributes of the product using that data. We also want to create an initial demand forecast with that data. So this particular test actually does a lot for us early in the product development process. Second thing, product testing, you can think about like prototype testing. There's alpha, beta, and gamma prototype testing, so basically the idea is we have a version of the product and we want to test to see if it actually works, if it actually solves the customer's problems, and also to refine the actual product itself, to improve it, to make it better. So how does the product perform for the customer? That's something that we're asking. We're also identifying ways that that product could be improved again to better serve that customer's need. The final one here is a test market. This is something we do right before we launch the product. And basically the product is produced and we put it into a small representative geographic location that would represent the market, and we put it in that small footprint of a market to, for a period of time, like a week or 2. We do advertising, we do distribution, we do all product placement, all the things that we'll do to test our marketing plan, and then we gauge our results on sales. We look and see what the sales look like, and then if that's successful, then we launch the full product launch, maybe nationwide, and we go from there. So 3 great examples of what marketing research can do in product development. And again, it's an area that's heavily depends on whether the product's going to succeed or not. A lot of money is being put into that, so that's important. Branding decisions. This is a strategy area. When we develop a brand, we're developing a strategy for the product, and we have things called brand associations, images, and perceptions. So, what do we want people to think about when they hear our brand's name, and what do they think about? So, a lot of times we're asking people their opinion, what they think about. Do they think positively or negatively about our brand? And things like, does our brand have a personality? Does it have an image? What is that image? Does that image align with your self-image as the consumer? Those types of things. We may extend this a little bit into perceptual mapping. So that might be something that you're familiar with or heard about, but a perceptual map is where a statistical tool where we plot locations of people's perceptions of the brand and also our competitors at the same time. And then this is kind of a big part of research. Here's an example of a perceptual map where we have different fast serve restaurants, and like Starbucks and Burger King and El Pollo Loco and Domino's, on these two dimensions, price and quality. And so this is like a perceptual thing. Does the consumer think these brands are priced high or priced low and have low quality or high quality? So El Pollo Loco is perceived to have high quality and be moderately priced, not low priced like Domino's per se, or McDonald's maybe is a little lower priced. But this kind of helps us say, well, look, if we have these perceptions of brands, which competitors do we want to be close to? Where do we want to be? Nobody wants to be high price, low quality. You see that quadrant's pretty empty. Most people would want to be high quality, low price. I mean, that's a really good area to be in terms of selling, and kind of positioning your product. And this is a research thing. We gather data and do this research, and then we create this tool for managers to be able to use. Other kind of areas, place or distribution. So think about distribution as getting the product from one part of the supply chain to the end user, the customer. Sometimes that might include a retailer. So we're producing a product, but we need somebody to bring the product to the market, and we're not really great at doing that. So we hire distributors, and wholesalers have networks of retailers, and then the retailers get the product out. Well, who should the retailers be? Who should we bring in to sell our product? Where in the store should it be? Where should our product be? How much support will that retailer give us in trying to sell our product? There's a ton of research done on retailers. Just in general, shopping or shopper marketing, where we look at like who's buying our product and where. There's something called a customer journey or customer purchase journey. That's a big deal nowadays, where we look at the customer and we ask, well, what is their path to purchase and where does that happen? That could be a physical thing. It could also be like, where do they go online? Where do they go when they talk to their friends? There's a lot of different places where the customer comes in contact with our brand or our product, and we want to know where those are. So again, kind of bigger picture, place, distribution, getting the product from point A to point B, how that happens, who our partners are in doing that, the costs associated with all of that, and what that end cost means to the customer and the price. All of those are kind of thrown in there, but it's all research. It's all done through research. We learn those answers through conducting a research project. Promotion. So promotion's a big term. If you're not super familiar with marketing, promotion is a broad term that would include building awareness and motivating and creating incentive for customers to buy our product. Sometimes sales is kind of in this area, although sales is its own big field, but personal selling, advertising, choosing media, social media marketing, oftentimes kind of in this space of promotion, because again, promotion is a catchphrase for creating enthusiasm for a brand, building awareness, and getting people motivated to buy the product. Most people associate marketing with this area of promotion. One thing I want to keep in mind here is that when we do analysis and research in this area, we're often looking at key performance metrics, or indicators, KPIs, as they relate to stimulating sales and demand compared to how much we're spending. So there's this idea of return on marketing investment. So when we invest money, when we put money into a process associated with marketing, we want to know how many new sales we're getting from that, or how much more revenue is being generated as a result of that activity. And this is absolutely a big deal in advertising, in media and promotional expenditures. Most company officials, most managers, they want to know what's called my promotional lift. In other words, when I put money into this promotional activity, whether, again, it's an ad or social media or my digital media, what will the result be in that investment? What will my return be? Okay, so again, marketing research kind of fulfills that idea there. Pricing. Last P here, a big deal. Obviously, price impacts profit. Price impacts the number of sales we have. So when we talk about price, we have to throw in here the idea of profit margin, and unit sales. Those all go together in this space when we're doing pricing. So when we make pricing decisions, we want to know things like how sensitive are our customers to price changes. So we call that elasticity of demand, price elasticity of demand. If I modify my price, how's that going to impact the units that I sell? If I modify my price, how's that going to impact my profit margin? And putting those two together, we can get these optimal price points that we can have. So what should be our optimal price? If we set a price, what will be our anticipated sales forecast? How sensitive is demand based on price and price changes that we make? When I look at my market segments, which market segments are willing to pay more? Which market segments are more price resistant or more sensitive to price in general? Can I create a market or a market situation where I have multiple prices for the same product hitting multiple market segments? Those are all pricing decisions. Those are all decisions that we would use as a result of research that we do. All right, and kind of the last area here, and this is another strategy piece, like we did branding earlier. There's another strategy piece. We do just a heck of a lot of research trying to understand customers. We do customer analysis, behavioral analysis. We do market segment work where we try to create customer profiles all the time. A benefit and lifestyle study, for instance, is a really big deal, where we go out and we interview customers. Maybe we do focus groups, we do surveys. We try to understand exactly the context in which a customer is buying. We want to understand their background. We want to understand why they're motivated to buy, their psychographic or mental capacities for purchasing our product, and so forth. Lots of research gets done here. Again, this is more of a strategy type of a area. It's something we do before we do the 4 Ps, just like branding is something we do thrown in there as well, and segmentation and those perceptual maps, for instance. These are all done kind of at that same time prior to doing a lot of the 4P work. Okay, so this is just a review. This is just, we'll wrap up here. I just wanted to give you kind of just a variety of different applications to market research and how those research information points lead to decisions that we make when we do marketing. If you have any questions, please reach out. I look forward to touching base with you. I hope you have a great day, and best.